my Dorks, Nerds, Geeks, and Gamers. It's your host Ghost here, and you're watching a brand new episode of Dorks Movie Minute. Today we're going to be talking about the second South Park special on Paramount Plus, South Park, Post-COVID, The Return of COVID. This is the part 2 of the post-COVID storyline, where the boys are grown up now, and they're going to go back in time to stop COVID from ever happening, to stop Stan's dad from having intercourse with a Mengele, which caused the whole coronavirus to begin with. But this one's much more cinematic, I felt, than the first one. The first one felt more like a TV movie, whereas this one felt more like a cinematic movie proper, with the whole start of Cartman going to his family and telling him that he's going to go back in time and that he's doing it for them. He finally decides that, he's going to. He makes this whole... First off, he starts this whole, from the first episode, he has this whole church of stopping COVID or whatever, going back in time, which ends up spelling fat or whatever, which is hilarious in the first run, so it's even more hilarious here. But he basically teams up with Clyde and some of the other characters, Scott Malkinson, that Cartman is known to team up with, Butters, to manipulate and kind of get his way. Another great thing is we finally get to see the reveal of Butters here as an adult. I was expecting more Professor Chaos style crazy Butters, but we get this business suit style Butters who's selling NFTs, and it's like he doesn't even sell the NFTs, he just sells the idea of an NFT, and people pay him for it, so he gets rich that way. Very hilarious. It's great to see Butters. He's still himself. When he uses the bathroom, he still pulls his pants down all the way. When he says, when he gets into a pickle that he can't get out of, he always says, "Oh, hamburgers." He still says that. Very hilarious to see Butters in a grown-up state like this. I really do wish we got to see Professor Chaos in some form, in his adult form, because I think that would have been cool to show Butters' mental state as a child, finally breaking through as an adult. Because, I mean, that's how I always pictured Butters as an adult, was like having some mental breakdowns with Professor Chaos still inside of his head, and stuff like that. But yeah, we get the boys. They finally do go back in time, all while Cartman sends Clyde back in time to kill Kyle. So yeah, it's this whole mess of them deciding if they're going to go back or not. Cartman does finally decide to go back to save the day. They do go back. At the same time, we got Stan's dad, Randy, who finds a little bit of integrity still on the farm, and he wants to bring it back to give to the other people of the town. He does end up bringing integrity to Applebee's Max, or whatever it's called, the restaurant. IHOP, Applebee's Max, and Token ends up taking him to the safe house that they have, where the other COVID survivors are currently at, trying to go back in time to save the day. And they make this whole thing, and they raise the integrity up to grow it. They grow a whole bunch of integrity, bring Integrity Farms kind of back on the map, in Randy's words. At the same time, they go back in time. Clyde's trying to kill Kyle, but he's getting distracted, and we learn that that's why Clyde never got the vaccine shot, because he scared himself as a child by going back in time and telling him never to get the shot. So it's kind of this loophole of time that always goes that way. Very hilarious. At the same time, Clyde finally makes it to the bridge where he knew all the kids would be. Which goes back to a previous South Park episode, which is very cool to see them actually going into the lore of the show, while still keeping this a standalone movie. So Clyde's about to kill Kyle, and then Cartman shows up and actually kills Clyde with the other 4 grown adult children. They end up saving the day in that instance, but they realize that COVID's going to happen no matter what, and Randy was right. He has sex with that Mengele every single time, so it doesn't really matter what the boys do, regardless of going back in time or not and killing whoever. It doesn't matter, because it happens every time. So Randy decides that, you know what, the best way to deal with the COVID is, instead of worrying about it, they all just get high on integrity, and everyone's chill about it, and they're all nicer to each other. And that's kind of the moral of the story, is that's how we get through this pandemic. Smoke a lot of weed, and then everyone will forget about the problems. So it was very hilarious to see Randy come to that conclusion, and the town actually is better for it when he does bring out the integrity and start giving it out to everyone, and they give each other breaks, and they're a little bit easier on each other throughout the hard time. So very good ending there. But there is a bit of a morbid ending in the future side of things. We cut back to the future, where we see Stan is now getting out of the military. He's back with Wendy, so his life is still back in order. We see Kyle is now married, has children, so his life is even better than it was in the first instance, where Cartman had the best life out of all the boys. And then we see Kenny is still alive now and back to being rich and famous and being a great scientist from around the world. So he's still there. But the one that did not get a happy ending is the one character that I think the creators knew that this would cause a stir. Is Cartman actually gave up his happy ending for the whole town to be happy themselves. So Cartman is now a homeless man. He hates everybody and nobody likes him. And he lives on the corner of the street just yelling and flipping off everybody with these horrible signs. And that's it. That's where it ends. Cartman loses his happy ending to give up an ending for everyone else. And that is the end of the post-COVID special. I hope we do get a third special kind of tying into this one, because I would love to see Cartman get his redemption arc one way or another. And I know the writers of the show are creative enough to give us something like that could be entertaining to see and to watch. So I'm definitely looking forward to see what they have in store for these other specials. So far we've got 2 down, and I know we have 12 more to go of these South Park specials. So I cannot wait to see what they have for us. Let me know down below what you guys thought of this one, South Park post-COVID, return of COVID. I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it, but there were times where it dragged a little bit. But out of the 2 specials, this one feels the most cinematic out of both of them, at least in my opinion. So it's definitely 100% worth a watch. But let me know down below what you guys thought of this South Park post-COVID special, the return of COVID. Did you enjoy the time travel storyline? Were you mad or not about the ending with Cartman not getting what he wanted? Was that bittersweet to you or not? Let me know down below. Make sure you like, subscribe, or share. And as always, guys, keep it right here on Dorkston. I've been your host, Ghost. Adios.